Hey everybody, and welcome to Ages Cozy Crochet Corner, where today on the corner we are going to be making this skirt. So it's a basic skirt. It doesn't take long to make. So let's grab our yarn and get right to the table. Okay, so we're at the table. So what I'm using is this Caroline Cakes yarn, and it's a variation yarn with a lot of different colors in it. But I'm only going to be using the colors that I want for this project. So you can see here, I am just going to pull out the colors and make it into a ball, and I'll cut once I get to the end of that color. And that's just how I use it to get the color that I wanted. I'm also going to be using a 5.5 millimeter hook. I'm using scissors, and you don't see it here, but you'll need a yarn needle in order to weave in all your ends. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to make all my granny squares. These squares, if you need help making granny squares, you can find a tutorial on my page. I am making my squares with only a chain one in my corner area, so they're nice and close together, and I'm going to make 10 total. So these are my 10 laid out. You see I have 2 rows, and that's going to give me the size that I need. I'm going by the width of my waist, and I'm just going to make the blocks. I've made the blocks just to match the width of my waist. So now we're going to join these. We're going to join them with simple single crochets. If you need help with that, I have a tutorial on my page. It'll show you how to do that. Now, when joining them, I used either color on either side of the granny square in order to blend it in well. So I'm just doing a simple single crochet join. Once you have that joint, you're going to fold it over, and you see I've folded this over. Now I only have the one seam to close up. So in the same way, we're going to single crochet all the way down that seam and get this closed up. Now I've single crocheted this close all the way down that one side. So now we're ready to flip this over. And there we go. So we can begin working on the top and the bottom of our skirt. Okay, so now we're going to decide which side is going to be our top and what is going to be our bottom. So this is my top right here, and now I just want to find the center, and I want to go right through that corner, and I'm going to grab my yarn, and I'm going to add it on my hook, chain 1, and I'm going back in and placing a single crochet in that same spot. Now I just want to place one single crochet all the way around this piece, not missing any stitches. So every stitch will get one single crochet. So I'm going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you back here. So I went all the way around my piece, and now that I'm at the end, I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet that I've made, grab my yarn and pull through. And I want to chain up 3. Now right into that first stitch where that chain 3 is coming from, I'm going to go inside there and make a double crochet. So now I want to double crochet in every stitch all the way around. And I will do that all the way around until we come back to the beginning. All right, so I'm back at the beginning. Now I want to slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 that I first made. And now I want to chain up 3. So now what we're going to be doing on this row is we're going to be going behind and grabbing our yarn and coming up and making front posts and reaching behind to go in front of the next one, grab our yarn, come back up and making back posts. So we'll be alternating front and back posts this entire row. And again, that is for the front post and back post all the way around. We reach behind to make our front post, and then we're going to reach behind so we can go in front of the next one and make our back post. Just remember to alternate back and forth until you get to the last stitch. I'll meet you there. I'm at the end, so I want to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that I started with and chain up 3. Now this row we're just going to maintain the pattern that we already have. Front post, get front post, and back post, we'll get back post. So for this row we're just maintaining what we've already created. Front post, get front post, and back post, get back post. Do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back when we're done. Okay, so I'm finished. So I want to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, in which we begin with, and chain up 1. Now this row we're just going to do simple single crochets all the way around, starting with the first stitch, and we'll continue all the way around with our single crochets just to give it a nice crisp edge. And I'll see you when we're done. Slip stitch into the top of the single crochet that we first did. We're going to cut our yarn and we're going to chain 1, pull through. Our top is finished, and now we just have to focus on our bottom. Now our bottom, I'm just going to keep a simple border on our bottom. We can do so much with the bottom, but I just want to keep it a simple single crochet because I like how the length is right here. So I just want to go in just like we did on the top. All right, so I'm going to go in a corner, add my yarn on my hook, pull through, and chain 1. I'm going right back into that space, and I'm going to place a single crochet. And now, just as we did at the top, we're going to place 1 single crochet all the way around this whole bottom of our piece. All right, so I'm going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Now that I'm done, we want to slip stitch into the first single crochet that we created, chain 1, and we're going to go back in again and place another row of single crochets. So now that I'm at the beginning, again, we're going to slip stitch into the top of the single crochet that we made, cut our yarn, chain 1, and pull through. And now you see it, nice even border. It looks good. We like the length. We're going with it. All right, now the only thing left to do at this point is to make our drawstring. Now when we're making our drawstring, we're going to use the front post that we've created to put our drawstring through, just like that. Now I want to switch hooks, so we're going to bring it down to a 4.5 millimeter hook in order to make our drawstring. So we're going to add our yarn onto our hook and chain 1 and pull up. Okay, so how I'm getting the length for my chain, which is going to be my drawstring, I just want to use the width of the skirt and half of that. So as you see what I'm doing here, I'm just measuring it by the front. So I should be able to go the length of the front 2 times plus half of that. Okay, so the length of the front would it land just like you see it here, twice, and then half of that. Okay, so that'll give me enough space in order to put my drawstring through, pull it, and be able to tie it. And then I'm going to use my yarn needle, and I'm just going to place that in through that yarn needle. And this is going to be great for weaving it back and forth through. If you have a safety pin, you can always add this on with a safety pin. Just makes it easier to dip back and forth through. So we're going to find our center, and we're going to go right underneath all of the front posts. Right, we're not going through the front posts, we're going behind all of the front posts. All right, so I've already gotten mine all the way through, and I've come out on the other side, and I stopped to where there's one front post right in the middle. That way it's perfectly centered, and tie my little bow. All right, so that is it. That is all. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this skirt again, and I hope you have fun making yours as well. All right, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I had fun making it with you. And until next time, I'll see you in the comment section.